Hello, this is Chris Lougeay, and a few weeks ago I wrote an article about my personal evolution of guitar chords. You can go down to my website, www.chrislougeaymusic.com, and check that out. In that article, I talked about how there are 28 different ways to play any single chord. There's actually a lot more than that, but there's a systematic way that you can play a dominant seventh chord, or any type of chord for that matter. So that's what I'm going to show you today, is how you can actually do 28 different ways to play a G7 chord. So first of all, let's talk about which chord we're going to play. This is going to be a G dominant seventh chord. So that's a G, B, D, and F. So we take those four notes and we combine them with 7 different string groups to get 28 different voicings. So starting with our first string group, that's string group 6, 5, 4, and 3, the low ones, 6, 5, 4, and 3. And we play our first chord, a G7 chord. Everyone knows this bar chord. It's very simple. G, D, F, and B natural. Then we take that and we move it up to the next chord tone, up the neck. So that would be B, F, G, and D. Move it up again. D, G, B, F, and F, B, D, G. Next, we take that string group and we change it. What we do is we're going to take the F here on string 4 and move it up to the F on string 2. That's 6 fret string 2. And that gives us a new string set. That gives us strings 6, 5, 3, and 2. And if we spell that out, that's a G, D, B, and F, and then move it up. B, F, D, and G. And I'm not going to spell all these out because I know you guys know them already. That's our second string group. After that, we go to our third string group, and what we do there is we take the G down on 6th string, 3rd fret, and we move it up 2 octaves to the first string, 3rd fret. So that gives us a new string group. And what we have here is string 5, string 3, string 2, and string 1. If we spell that out in the low pattern, that is a D, B, F, and G. Again, move it up. You can get some really cool sounds with this string group as well. This is one of my favorite sounds. It's the G triad over F. You can find that all over the place. This is a great sound. And then our last, and then up top. What we do next is we take our first string, the G on the first string, we move it down 1 octave to the G on the 4th string, giving us a brand new string set. So that is strings 5, 4, 3, and 2. And what we have here is, again, a G7 chord, a G dominant 7th chord. That's a D, D in the bass, G, B, and F. And again, these are very common chords. Everybody, you're going to find these all over the place, and we just move them up by the chord tone. So there's our next. Our next string set that we're going to do is we're going to take string 3, the B on string 3, move it up an octave. That's the first string, 7th fret B. And that gives us a new string set here. We got strings 4, 5, 2, and 1. So that's a D, G, F, B, and then move it up again. At this point, you can start to see I'm getting pretty high up on the neck on the Emperor here, and you can also play this voicing down here in the lower neck position as well. Moving on to our next string set, what we're going to do is take string 5, the D on string 5, and move it up to the D on string 3. So that's string 3, fret 7, and we have another very common set of guitar chords. There we go, that's a G, D, F, and B. And then in the lower octave, concert F, B, D, and G. And our last string set is taking, again, the G from the high E string and taking it down 2 octaves to the low G string. And what that gives us is string set 6, 4, 3, and 2. Again, these are very common dominant 7 voicings. You're going to see these all over the place. Very useful as the interval of a 7 down here. And then you get your bass note as well as your upper notes as well. Very nice sounding chord. So there we are. That's a G, F, B, and D. So that's it, guys. That's 28 different ways to play G7 chord. Leave some comments below. Hey, did you find a new voicing that you'd never seen before? Let me know how it worked out. If you have any questions, please send me an email at chris@chrislougeaymusic.com. I should give a big shout out to Tim Kaminsky up at Ohio State, who taught me this stuff many, many years ago. Check us out online, the International Hustlers. Like the video, and thanks so much for watching. Thanks.